See, you know exactly what you're doing, all right? Now, chin up, chest out, give me a smile, you got this. That is what I say to myself every time before a speech. But that's not how my first few speech competitions went. The first few times I waited backstage for my turn, I remember that I would obviously get really anxious. I'd be saying to myself, oh my God, I don't want to forget something. I don't want to stutter. Maybe I will. I probably will. I don't want my voice to get shaky. But in those 4 minutes before I go on stage, I have learned to completely change what I say to myself. Now I say, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing great already. Let's go nail this. Of course, there's always a small voice saying, maybe I won't, maybe I won't, maybe it won't go well. We didn't prepare our best. This could be a disaster. See, there are a lot of voices inside you, but you have to pick which one to listen to. Maybe a part of you will feel like you're lying to yourself, saying you've got this, but it will help you build confidence. And of course, that doesn't mean that all of the anxiety will just go away. I wish. Initially, you might feel like these words of confidence don't feel real, but I found that as I practiced this method enough, I started to relax into it and I started to believe what I was telling myself. What's important to remember is in 4 minutes, everyone's going to be watching me and listening to me. But in these 4 minutes, before I go on stage, what I say to myself has immense power. In these 4 minutes when no one is watching, I have to watch what I say to myself so that I can harness the power of what I can truly do and who I have the power to be. It's terribly, terribly important that you carry yourself with confidence and say what you want to with confidence. If you don't sound like you have faith in your words, how will you ever get anyone else to have faith in you? In short, what I mean is hype yourself up. Besides, this isn't even the end of it. There is so much you can do when you know how to talk to yourself. For example, have you ever made a self-deprecating joke or comment? Sure, sometimes it's alright, sometimes we don't mean it, but sometimes we do. We laugh about it, but we feel it for real, right? Now, heads up, this is where I need you to consciously call yourself out. Do not push that thought aside. No, face it, counter it, and process through it. Consciously say, no, I take that back. For instance, there are so many things that you say to yourself, and it's hard to focus on every single one of those thoughts. So don't. Focus and counter the more definitive ones, the ones that are like, I will never be good enough for this. When you face such definitively negative thoughts, I want you to face them and say, no, I take it back. I am capable, I am smart. And ask yourself some questions. For example, maybe I should put in more effort. Should I maybe try something different? Ask more questions that allow for growth and change instead of passing judgment or non-constructive criticism onto yourself, so that you're more focused on solutions than on your fear of being judged. But hey, I need you to go a step further, okay? For example, if you ever hear a hurtful comment on yourself, I understand if you find it hard to not find some truth in that. Because sometimes when we hear comments like these, it's hard to not believe in them and it's hard to not find some truth in them. But what's important is that you do not repeat those words back to yourself. You want to know why? Because what we say to ourselves has immense power. Our words have so much weight. And once we say these words back to ourselves, they gain more power. You start to believe them more. So it's important to not repeat them back to yourself. When you face such comments, remember to tell yourself, no, I know myself better, and that's not who I am. Another thing you can do is ask yourself questions like, who are these people that I'm thinking of when I'm saying these things to myself? Or whose thoughts am I internalizing? Whose comments am I giving value to? And are these comments or these hurtful jokes on myself, are they any use to me? Are they any good to me? Ask these questions so that you can support yourself in times where you feel judged. Also, here's a little note for you on how you can avoid toxic positivity is you practice positive self-talk. As David Kessler, a grief expert, puts it, toxic positivity is positivity given in the wrong way, in the wrong dose, in the wrong time. See, we don't want to tell ourselves that everything will work out in our favor. You and I both know that that's not true. But sometimes when things like these happen, something that we can say to ourselves is, we may not know what's going to happen now, but we will find a way to be okay with it. Even if we can't feel that way right now, we will eventually find something to look forward to. Believe in that possibility so that you can believe in yourself more. Remember, allow yourself to feel negative emotions. And when you're ready, process through them, work through them, and find your way to a more positive and peaceful mindset. As you reflect on all of this, I want you to take it one step at a time. Like for little words that you want to remember to help yourself, gently write them down on your skin. In fact, on days that I feel overwhelmed, I write something kind on the back of my hand so that at random points during the day, it catches my eye and it makes me smile. To calm myself for this talk, I drew a star on my hand to remind me that I'm always there for myself. No matter how this goes, I am proud of myself regardless. So, as I leave, I wish you the best of luck and best of yourself.